Hi, I'm Andrew Perry, and this is the Year of Opportunities. I'm taking a little walk through Artesia Park right now, just to sort of mentally prepare myself for an interview that's coming up. I think you guys will enjoy this one. Today we have a very special episode. I'm here with the L.A-County Supervisor, Knabe. Pleased to meet you, by the way.
Very nice to meet you. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
I guess we could start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and what the county supervisor does.
Well, first of all, I'm a longtime resident out here. I've lived in Cerritos area since 1971. Obviously, I have a lot of friends in Artesia. Went to church for years at New Life Community Church over here in Artesia. So I've been a resident, like I say, since 1971. Was on the Cerritos City Council 1980 through 88, and mayor there a couple times, mayor during the air crash. I've been a county supervisor since 1996, and I've been very fortunate to do that. I represent over 2 million people in 27 cities, so it's a big job, and we do everything from dog tags to hospital care to health clinics to sheriff to fire to you name it, we do it. So it's a big job, big responsibility. There's 5 of us. So I just got reelected in June. Was fortunate no one ran against me. And so this is for my last term due to term limits, so I'll be finished in 2016.
Any plans for after?
Well, I'm still enjoying the victory. I really haven't given it much thought. I mean, there's a couple areas. One, stay involved, obviously, but I think, too, I'd like to at least teach one class, either at Cal State Long Beach or Pepperdine or SC.
If you don't mind me asking, what sort of what subject?
Well, it'd be political science. I mean, I think it'd be both from an elected official standpoint as well as a staff standpoint, because prior to being supervisor, even while I was on the city council, I was chief of staff to the former supervisor. So, I have a pretty good perspective from a staff perspective, from an elected perspective, both a city as well as county. I was a mayor during a very significant air crash, which is a disaster kind of a situation, and so I think I have a lot to offer the young people. I want to encourage them. Politics right now is a pretty ugly field, and when you put yourself out there, you're putting yourself out there, and I don't want good people not to be involved because of how ugly politics is. So maybe we can help turn that around.
All right. So how's the county doing these days?
Well, financially, we're probably in the best shape of any government entity in the state. We put a lot of money aside during the good times. We didn't go crazy spending. We didn't get hung up in all these pension issues and those kinds of things. So we've had a good working relationship with our unions. We're in the 3rd year of a no raise, no cost of living increase. So we've had good working relationships. We don't get involved in all these other ugly things the other governments are doing. And from that standpoint, we've done very well being able to plug the holes. But we're sort of running towards the end of all that. So what happens in November as it relates to some of those issues, what happens January 1, if the state initiates some additional cuts, we'll just have to wait and see. But, at the end of the day, that's our job. We just have to be prepared.
Yeah, that's true. How is Artesia being affected by, you said the county's doing all right, but...
Well, I think, obviously I'm not totally familiar with their books and, what the revenues and expenses are, but, the management here and the mayor and the city council have done a good job trying to stay on top of the issues. I think the issues that they've always had to deal with are really the sales tax issue, which, in a down economy, the revenues are less. The elimination of redevelopment obviously impacted Artesia just like it impacts Cerritos. So those are the issues they have to deal with. So they have to get their arms around the budget. And they do a good job of doing that. So from that standpoint, they're going to be affected. All cities are right now with the loss of redevelopment and down. But we're starting to see a bump back in the property taxes popping up a little bit, sales tax up a little bit. So the economy hopefully is bottomed out. It's, as I tell people, while it's good news, you don't want to spend that money yet.
Can you tell me a little about Safe Surrender?
I can tell you a lot about Safe Surrender. It's a program that I started back in 2001. And yesterday, as a matter of fact, we just had our 99th save. And what this program is a mother of a newborn within the first 72 hours of birth has the ability to take this baby to any fire station, police station, any hospital, those kinds of situations, and turn the baby over. No name, no shame, no blame. But you have to go through the threshold. You can't drop it off in a parking lot or anything like that. And gives the baby a chance to survive. Two things happen. One is the baby gets a wristband, the mother gets a wristband. She gets medical care if she would like medical care, but she also by law has 14 days to reclaim the baby if she wants. We've had that happen once. But we've saved 99 lives, and it's something that I'm extremely proud of.
Yeah, that's definitely a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Now, your office is involved with a lot of arts grants.
Yeah, we do. I have my own arts grants program. I mean, there's a lot of arts grants through the Music and Performing Arts Commission, but I have my own arts grants program, and I do that because the arts play a very important part in my life, and the arts are forever. Arts, if you're fortunate enough to do it professionally, that's great, but whether it's music, whether it's painting, whether it's drama, whatever it may be, it's a forever kind of a thing. And obviously there's two impacts of that. One, as a child, it can maybe create a focus or a discipline for a kid, because to do anything in the arts, you have to have discipline and you have to finish a project or whatever you start. So it has a great a similarity to helping them in their academic career, number one, and motivate them. Number two, it's just a situation where, sort of rounding out a quality of life kind of a situation. So what I've done is put together this arts grant program where my schools, community-based groups, arts with disabilities, we do all kinds of things. I mean, it's not just music, and it's not just drama, and it's not just painting. And they fill it out, and we have a committee that judges that and makes the recommendations to me, and then we have a little ceremony each year to hand out the grants.
Perhaps about a month ago, people saw something flying around in the sky. Can you tell us about the...
Oh, the Endeavor.
Yes, the
Endeavor. Yeah, I'm currently president of the Coliseum Commission, and obviously it's parked right down there by us. And it was a pretty historic event. A lot of people were excited about it. For Los Angeles and Los Angeles County to be able to get that piece of our history, the Endeavor, is really remarkable. So it's there. Actually, it opened to the public yesterday, and now they're encouraging people to you just can't go down there. You need to make reservations to be able to see it. So it's going to be very, very busy, but call ahead or go online and through the California Science Center, and you can make reservations.
I also understand that you're leading the fight against child sex trafficking.
Well, there's a proposition on the ballot, Proposition 35, which is called the CASE Act, and what that's done, that's not me, but that's a group of individuals that have really worked with the legislature and tried to get an act passed to increase the penalties for the pimps and those that are involved in child sex trafficking. What we've been able to do in conjunction with a couple of what I call my angels from the probation department is to isolate a court where these young girls are brought in, and there's mental health folks, health services folks, housing, a sheriff, public defender, whatever it may be, and in cooperation with the judge, because what was happening was the girls are getting punished, but they get a slap in the wrist and they go out the door and sit in the parking lots of their pimp, waiting to take them back into the system. So, you think of child sex trafficking as something in a third world country, some across the seas, but it's right here in our own backyard, all over. It's not any particular area. It's across borders. I mean, it's going to Riverside, San Bernardino, Orange, whatever it may be. So I work with the MTA, which I sit on, and Metrolink, which I sit on, and we put out flyers and notifications so that if someone sees a potential, there's numbers to call and try to access to see this, because it's a pretty huge situation here in our own backyard, but one that we need to deal with. I mean, girls as young as 10 years old, so it's ugly.
Yeah. Are there any programs or services that you'd like Artesians to know about?
Well, first of all, the city of Artesia has a great recreational program. We have a county library in the city of Artesia, which we're very proud of. We've got a great historical society here. The programs that I always encourage the cities to do are programs that their city doesn't do. In the area of arts grants are important. I work with the Artesia Band, and they always apply for our arts grants programs. So that and then just this overall services, whether it be healthcare, whether it be senior services. And while the seniors have their own programs within the community, we're a very important part of that. And I would just say that if there are any of those kinds of issues that are they need to be aware of, just to reach out to our office, and we're there to help.
What are some of your concerns about this upcoming election?
Well, I have two concerns right now. First of all, I only had one concern, and my one concern was that everybody gets out and votes. That's probably the most important thing. There's a lot of our folks in Afghanistan and Iraq and other places around the world defending the right to vote, and it's really important that we exercise that. I'm always disappointed in city elections or school board or community colleges or national elections when the turnout's so low. So that's the most important. The second thing right now, I think this race, presidential race, appears to be very close, and so the impact of this Hurricane Sandy on the results, I think, could tie up a final vote as to who is president of the United States, and because of that. But the big key is just for everybody to get out and vote, support their candidates, do it in the debates with some sort of sense of civility, so they're not screaming, yelling. You don't have to get mad at everybody. That's why we have a democracy, so that we can agree to disagree.
That's true. And I don't do much transitional material, sorry, but it's Halloween today, so do you have any
well, hey, look, I'm wearing an orange tie. Okay, this is I'm dressing up as a county supervisor in an orange tie. How's that?
Sounds good.
That's the best I could get. So, no, I'm not dressing. I don't have a costume this year. I'm not going to any costume parties, but it's always a fun time of year, and to see the kids and how excited they get in their little costumes and things like that. So, I just hope that everyone, out there has a very safe and happy Halloween, and be safe and watch the streets and watch the lights, and encourage your parents to be an active participant with their kids, particularly the young ones. Take a flashlight.
Yeah. Pleasure to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Reporting from a very cosmopolitan city of Artesia, California, my name is Andrew Perry. Goodbye, my friends.